G'day Knuckleheads, Uncle Knackers here, and welcome to episode 47 of my Own a Builder series. Now believe it or not, but we are getting close to finishing the renovation. Pretty exciting stuff, and we're now at that point of getting the floors sanded in the old original section of the house. Now I've decided to get the professional floor sanders in for this job because the old floors, well, quite frankly, they're as rough as Hessian undies, and it just needs a professional's touch to get them looking back up to scratch. For the initial sanding, the boys are using an upright belt sander. Now, these machines, they're an absolute beast, and it's amazing how much they can take off. Now, on this old floor, which is pretty rough, they're starting off with a 36 grit paper, then going to a 40, a 60, and then a 120. And what they have here is an edger, which is great for getting up close to your skirting board, baseboard, and around door jambs. With the first round of sanding done in the old section of the house, I had to get into the kitchen in the new section of the house to get the splashback done before the boys would come in and do their floor sanding. Now, Justin's back doing his thing, and I was in charge of cutting all the tiles, which proved a bit tricky. The conventional tile cutter wouldn't do it, so I had to resort to a grinder, which took a bit of practice, but I got there in the end. There was a very thin glaze on those tiles and they kept on chipping, so it just required a little bit of patience, but we got there in the end. I'm really happy with how the splashback's turning out. There were a lot of products to choose from, but I think we've made the right decision. And speaking of making the right decision, this was a controversial one. Do we go for a dark grout or a white grout? We've chosen the dark, and hopefully after it's all cleaned up, we've made the right decision again. But you'll just have to wait and see at the big reveal how that all turned out. With that kitchen splashback done, it's now time to start sanding the new section of the house. And for the initial pass, or the very first pass, you can see how Paul is going across the floorboards on a 30-degree angle. That's to get the boards nice and flat. All subsequent passes are done along the length of the board and never across the board. And with a brand new floor, they kick off with a 40 grit paper, then go to a 60, then a 120, and then finish off with this Polyvac disc sander, which uses a 150 grit paper. And that just puts the nice finishing touch to the floorboards. I've now been kicked out of the house while the boys vacuum up all that excess sawdust in preparation to apply the floor sealer. And once again, I've been banned from coming inside during this process, which is fair enough because the boys don't want me stirring up any loose dust particles which may contaminate that beautiful finish. And speaking of finish, what the boys are using is they're applying 3 coats of a solvent-based satin polyurethane. And after seeing it all done, I have to say that it's an outstanding product, and the end result is just beautiful. So that's it, folks. The floor sanding and the kitchen splashback, they are all done. And I really hope that you can stick around for the final and reveal video where you can see how both of those things turned out. I have to say, spectacular. The old floorboards, they are outstanding, and the splashback, I love it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and as per usual, a big thumbs up is greatly appreciated, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more handy tips. Is that the time? Must be time for a cup of tea. So till then, I'm out of here. Cheers.